There's a salmon swimming through the river, and it's hungry, right, Tom? That's the
yeah,
the
you
lingo.
nailed it. Just gotta
Big
watch out for
Bertha
those
coming
bears.
Oh, they're coming out of hibernation. Let's see if we have the baby bear coming out of the hole too.
Oh my
with
God,
a pair of
Chris!
jacks.
Wow, that's
close to the
that's
chest.
a very strong hand.
Close to the vest.
I'm glad I got
guess
out.
it was a strong hand. I don't know. Is it good when you have matching ones?
No, you want to avoid those.
Just always fold if you got two of the same, especially two aces. You fold because they're icky. They call them double ickies. There is a form of multimedia entertainment beyond that which is good. These games are in vast in number as they are terrible. I fucked that up. We're gonna keep going. They dwell in the dark recesses of history, unearthed from the pits of the bargain bin. These are the games of horror. This is Garbage Game Night. Welcome to Garbage Game Night, the podcast where we know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to just keep going all in until you win. This is episode 52, and so that's some little foreshadowing about what we're gonna be playing. But first, before we talk about the game, let's talk about the people playing the game. Well, actually, okay, only one person's gonna be playing the game. Actually, you know what? Everyone's gonna be playing the game. I just changed my mind. We're fucking it all up.
Whoa!
All right.
Really
Everyone's playing the
making this up
game.
as you go.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to. I'll handle that on Steam in a second. But right, that's what we're doing.
Hold on, let me get my credit
Let's
card
talk
out.
to the contenders. We're playing the game. First, our usual host and editor, and just the guy who does all the stuff. Chris, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I thought that was gonna be Tom. Oh shit. Hey, I'm all right.
You see Tom edit anything?
I was gonna say I don't see anything.
It could have been closer to Hunter.
just
Hunter
shows
is
up.
he's an editor too. You know, it could have maybe been Hunter.
Could have
but
been.
it was you, Chris.
Yeah,
it was you.
me. Okay. I'm doing okay. I wanted to take this brief moment in the spotlight since I'm not hosting today to just give a shout out to something that's kind of forgotten. It may seem political at a first glance, so bear with me. Mask wearing. In the past day, I did two things, and I got a kind of an heirloom from my family that is it's a Christmas kind of decoration. It's
You're still alive though, right? Everyone's okay.
yeah, no, everyone's fine.
Okay, all right.
Everyone's fine.
I was like, what happened to?
They just
No.
don't bother decorating anymore. So, but it's like a little miniature of like there's some kids on a staircase. What do you call it? The music box kind of thing in there, and Santa's like leaning over and he puts a present down. There's a kid coming down the stairwell and their heads turned back and forth. One of those little things. Okay, it was all fucked up. I had to take it apart and I had to like resolder the battery on there. Lesson number 1: don't inhale lots of soldering fumes. You should use good ventilation and a mask. Lesson number 2: I cleaned out my garage, was trying to start the motorbike, bad fuel in there. I left the valve open. Lots of fuel spilled on the ground overnight. Came in, just an instant gasoline high, and was just breathing it for way too long today. So wear a mask when you're around dangerous fumes, because I feel like I'm high on gasoline today. So if tonight goes a little off the rails, it's my fault. So
That
anyway, I'm
explains a
doing
lot.
fine. I've been huffing gasoline and I'm doing fine.
I remember when you first started riding a motorcycle to work, and you had that issue.
I went blind to it that I constantly had gasoline on my shoes.
Yeah, Chris has always smelled like gasoline, but Eddie always smelled like cigarettes, so it kind of balanced itself out. Where it was just like a nicotine,
so many carcinogens.
gasoline like combo going on, you know.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
well, that's beautiful. Hunter, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
It's good.
I just beat God of War finally. So
Nice.
The new
Wait,
one
the-
on
the new
PlayStation
one?
4
Yeah.
or
Newest.
It's like two
The newest
years
one,
old.
yeah.
Yeah, the newest one. I picked it up when it first came out. I started it about 3 times, and then just stopped playing, and finally started it again like 2 weeks ago and just beat it. Great story, super fun.
Coming to
Probably
Steam
gonna try to 100% it. Yeah, and they have the DLC next year.
and last but certainly not least, our possibly handsomest member, Tom.
I like this bit that Tom's not into.
Should we vote? Should we
Should we put
host
it
a
up to a
vote?
vote? Should we put it up to a vote with our bots that are
Well,
on our channel right now?
let's let the bots vote.
Run
Bots,
a poll.
who is it? You can't see any of our faces, bots, except Chris's, but you're gonna have to guess based on voice.
The pressure that you're putting on me to every day, I'm having to like work out now and do all these like crazy things just to
Do we care about your health?
to be as beautiful as you want me to be. I try
Our
to
handsomest, most
standards.
intelligent, hardest working,
now
supports all
now I
of
feel like
us.
you're calling me ugly.
You went too far. Reel it back.
Sorry.
I would also like to take this moment to not be political, but make a point. The giant otter, not a lot of people know, is near extinct. Everybody, so
Oh my god.
just if you see one, preserve it and feed it because there's not.
No,
that
you
many.
don't. No, don't feed. No, don't feed them.
Specifically, do not feed him.
Do not feed any wild animal.
I gave it chicken
sorry.
wings and it
You
died.
you interrupted me. Feed it love from afar, and don't interact with it. But
Send it good vibes.
just those giant otters, man. Thanks.
Oh, that's
everybody.
very nice, Tom.
You're welcome. I thought for Frank bringing up an animal that's nearing extinction. It's actually true. The giant otter is suffering. I thought he would.
Aren't we all, though?
Maybe enjoy it enough to give a few points for it.
If only we had some sort of system where I could do that, Tom. If only.
If only.
All right. So
Technology
the
just
last
isn't
game
there.
we played together was Night Trap. Does anyone have any new thoughts about it? Did you listen to the episode? What did you think about it?
I love Night Trap. I honestly think it's like one of the best like perfect games for the of what we do. Tom, I mentioned it to you. You weren't able to be with us, but you kind of knew what it was. Yeah, I wish you could have been there and enjoyed it because it's so campy. It's so cheesy. I love that
It was
game
fun?
and it was a blast for me
It
at
was so
least
much
hosting
fun.
it. Yeah.
I loved it. I super enjoyed it, and it made me go back and watch a whole bunch of like old, goofy horror movies.
What
Old campy horror movies for like.
did you
a
guys
week.
give it like high negatives?
So that was the scores that you saw at the beginning. I gave it a -10 for
Wow.
how, not for the gameplay though, but for the movie essentially, or the story
Yeah.
and the camp behind it. I thought the gameplay was like really boring, and because for most of it you're staring at a little light in the corner of the screen and not watching the movie, so you're basically focused on those tiny 8 screens looking for the, what were they called? Augers.
Augers.
The augers.
Yeah.
And waiting for that green bar to turn red, so you don't get to focus on the screen. And because you're looking for the augers and not listening to all these people talk, you're missing out on the story. So when I got to sit back and actually like watch somebody else play and watch the story and listen to them talk and hear how like campy 80s horror movie this hot garbage was, that was the best part of it. Playing it was awful. I hated it. But
I had told Chris that my only knowledge of it was that it was one of like the very first games that like came under a lot of fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Congressional hearings.
Did you guys feel like that was ludicrous, or did you feel like
Oh, absolutely.
there is?
Oh, it's
it
absolutely
is.
ludicrous.
yeah, it's there are A-rate horror movies that are way worse than this game. But, at the time, it's that I guess the interaction is what's going to trigger your child's brain into murdering someone with a drill,
Where did
and not watching a movie. But
when did this game
playing
come out?
it.
92, although it was filmed in 87.
So, do you know when Mortal Kombat came out?
Mortal Kombat
1992.
and this game were featured in the same congressional hearing. These were the two main features of the congressional hearing on violence in video
it's so funny
games.
because it made me think of Mortal Kombat because I'm like, it's a little bit of like that. Like they
This-
used like the live kind of actiony like models,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah.
a lot more violent, right? Like, is there blood in?
No.
No.
This scene right here is the scene that got played over and over again at the congressional hearings, and people thinking like saying that like this game is teaching the kids to murder young women. But in reality, the scene that we're watching, the bathroom scene, is you failing at the game, and the augers, which they were neutered so much that they weren't allowed to use their teeth to suck blood. So they created this device that the vampires would use that would drill into their neck to get the blood, which is more horrifying than a vampire. But Hasbro ordered it, and they said that you can't use vampires, and they have to move slow. So this is what they came up with, and Hasbro approved it. And
That was
So,
legitimately more scary than just being
Thinking,
yeah.
thinking as a vampire though, like any form of survival is essentially path of least resistance, right? So I can't use my teeth. I need to get blood out of somebody's neck. What do? It's definitely not design
this thing.
an engineer a
mechanical
neck
arm
harness Ghostbusters gun with a drill attached, which is why it's a great like 80s camp horror movie, but an awful game.
So if you win, how long does it take to beat the game?
What did we say?
25 minutes?
24 minutes maybe? Yeah.
Oh, wow. So did you do it? Did you beat the game?
Yeah. Although if you were to watch the YouTube video, the way that we did it was me reading off the strategy guide, saying like upstairs hall 27 seconds and kitchen 32 seconds. So if you remember how it went to play Dragon's Lair, like you're focused so much on the task that you're doing that you're unable to enjoy the game. So that was really the story of Night Trap.
So yeah, that was Night Trap. Quite a experience for sure. But that's not what we're talking about tonight.
Oh, we're not playing Night Trap again?
No.
Oh, man.
You missed it last time.
Yeah. So, the year is 2005. It's the year of Resident Evil 4, Ninja Gaiden Black, I believe the first God of War, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Guitar Hero, and the hits go on and on. But, of course, we're not playing any of those games tonight. We're here to bet our lives. Well, maybe just some fake money. In a game that few have played, I give you Telltale Texas Hold'em.
Telltale?
Telltale.
As in
Texas Hold'em. As in The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Let's read from the About Game section on Steam. Join poker's most outspoken players for a hand of Telltale Texas Hold'em. The card game stacked high with personality. Quips will fly, chips will fall, and you may end up rolling in the aisles.
Oh, please
This is your chance to play in a poker tournament against 4 characters of such lethal absurdity, you'll either die laughing or die trying. Test your skills as you answer life's toughest questions. Can you outsmart Harry Winehead, the wily businessman and student of the game? Can you humiliate Boris Krinkle, the tough guy with a heart of pure lead? Can you groove with Theodore Dudebro, slacker extraordinaire and just plain cool dude? Can you even understand Grandma Shaky, the eccentric old coot who may be more dangerous than she looks? Even if you've never played Texas Hold'em before, you'll learn everything you need to know, and you'll laugh learning it. So, Chris, you already have the game. I'm going to be sending it to the other gentleman tonight right now.
Are we going to be able to play against
You can't. No, you can't play against each other.
Damn it!
What?
I know. No, that's why I honestly tried so hard to find a game that was rated so poorly that we actually could all play together. That wasn't some sort of Chinese app scheme, because there are so many of those, and I spent so much time investing into seeing, and it's like, oh no, just another Chinese app scam. Anyway,
I have a question because I've never played a Telltale game.
Yes.
But the only thing I know about, they're more like story driven, right? And less like, they're not like action games. Like they're like, make a decision and it plays a cutscene and then like a choose your own adventure.
Know about Telltale games now, yeah.
So either this is different or, it's going to be like, here's your hand. Do you hit or stay? And then you hit and then it's like, oh, do you order another drink? Do you look at the
waitress
person
will
next to
remember
you
that.
and try to look at their face and see what they're thinking or pick out their tells? I don't know. I've never played one.
It's a little like that. A lot of times the Telltale games, or at least for Walking Dead, like come down to kind of binary decisions of like save this person or save this person. I don't know. I think it varies, or at least for Telltale, in my experience, like where you felt like, was this impactful or not? Like sometimes it feels like it's a binary decision, but no matter what, the illusion of choice, yeah. And but the character you save is going to be dead in like 15 minutes, and you're like, oh, it didn't.
But the first time you play it, it's really impressive. But I'm gonna guess, Frank, that this game does not have pathing and different endings.
You are correct.
Okay.
Have you all played a Telltale game?
Walking Dead for sure. And
did you
Wolf
enjoy
Among
it?
Us.
Is it like, where's the fun in option A, option B?
No, maybe I was talking smack, and I should take it back because
I'm talking smack right now.
But I did it a disservice too. Like, I don't know, you don't feel that when you're playing it. You feel that when you're playing it like
Only when
second
you
time.
compare notes with someone else, or you play it again, you realize like, oh, that choice didn't really matter. Yeah.
Right, but your first time, your first experience of the game, when you don't know, like, hey, how far am I straying off of true north here? It always feels like you're in unprecedented ground, and it feels like your choices matter. And they're killing it in that respect. Like they're really good.
Yeah.
And the ending of, I don't want to ruin it for you, Hunter, but like there's a choice of like the main character and like his.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like his, and that's
Clementine
not
and oh god, what's his name?
Lee.
Yeah.
I guess I need to actually play one, which is
They're
the
enjoyable.
downfall here, that because I don't see how that would be enjoyable. Like, you don't do any kind of like walking around or discovering things for yourself. It's
You
all
do.
just like
There's some of
You
that.
do.
Oh,
You do.
okay.
They actually did
Different
a
impression.
Game of Thrones one, which wasn't that well received, I think, because Walking Dead did so well. Sorry, maybe I'm stepping on your toes, Frank, because you actually researched this company.
We don't know. He picked this game.
They did a Game of
today,
Thrones
so
one.
Who
They
knows
did
what
a
he did.
Borderlands one, which was pretty entertaining. I watched some of that. Wolf Among Us is based on a comic book series that deals with a lot of like fairy tale kind of stuff, like Little Red Riding Hood and stuff, and Snow White, and then Walking Dead was the most popular one. Yeah, but I've always enjoyed their games.
Us, I think. So
It's
I could
good. Like
give
they
it a
didn't
try.
finish it, I think, or they stopped doing chapters for it because the company went under. But anyway, should I start this up, Frank?
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
yeah, start up the game.
Should I do a tutorial?
You can if
to
you
enable
want to.
tutorial help. It's been a while since I played poker.
It's poker. So you may recognize Telltale from any of their other games besides this one. The founders came out of LucasArts after a series of canceled games and layoffs. They weren't actually laid off themselves, but after all that happened, they got a bad taste in their mouth, and they didn't like the direction LucasArts was going, because they weren't really wanting to do sequels to certain games that other people thought, oh, you should do a sequel to that. They're like, no, and they kind of were just shaping down and closing down a lot of stuff that they were doing. So these guys went to make their own game studio. It became Telltale. And they originally wanted to make episodic Sam and Max games, but they had to wait until the LucasArts licensing period was over. So until then, they created their own game engine, and they actually created this game as their first game. And it's kind of like a tech demo, just kind of, show how their system worked and actually just work out the bugs with the system and kind of get some things figured out. And then, it also, raised a little bit of money. After creating this game, they worked with, they got licensing to Bone, which was a comic series, and they made that as their first kind of episodic game that they wanted to do the style of, which they've kind of become famous and known for. And over time, they've worked with like a whole lot of properties. You got Back to the Future, Law and Order, CSI, Jurassic Park, and actually the Jurassic Park game was the first game. It was the first Telltale game that I ever played, and I did not like it.
The Jurassic Park one.
Yeah, because I had no idea what Telltale was about. So, I just get this game, like, oh, cool, Jurassic Park game, and then it's like a fucking, kind of point and click with some
Right.
quick time action
Yeah,
thing.
very old school
at the
style.
time,
At the time, yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to go back and play it again, would I like it? Maybe. I still haven't done that. But the quick time events actually were the first time they were in one of their games was actually the Jurassic Park game. And that was a feature that they, kept including in all their games, including The Walking Dead, where I think they were the most successful in applying it in that type of storytelling. The game that really put them on the map was their Walking Dead game, and they released that in 2012. And they released, they had a season 1, and they made a season 2, and they kind of had a wrapping up thing that actually wasn't done fully by the the original team because, as Chris kind of mentioned, they closed in 2018. And most of the assets were sold off. A company named LCG Entertainment bought most of the assets, and now they're publishing games under the Telltale brand as 2019. So, like, over a year, it went from original Telltale to this other company now. And during that time, when the layoffs were starting to happen there, and there was actually a big controversy too because the way they did the layoffs, like it may have broken California law. Because they supposed to give, like, if you're going to do massive layoffs, you need, I think, a 60-day heads up or a 30. People got way less than that.
Yeah. It was a real disaster, them shutting down, yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, they had skeleton teams working on things, but ended up going out to, like, other teams that were, like, made of people who used to work there. but it were different studios to finish up. I believe the Walking Dead, the final season is what they called it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, they were actually working on a Stranger Things game and Game of Thrones season 2. Even though season 1 wasn't so hot, but they were still, supposed to be working on season 2. But they just didn't get proper funding. Yeah, so that's how it goes. So, Chris, have you sunk your teeth in a little bit here?
I have. I'm not doing very well as far as the poker game goes.
Okay.
I'm starting to learn more about these characters, though. My surfer dude, he asked Boris if he ever killed a man, which is an interesting conversation starter.
Wow.
And Boris said yes, so he admitted to a murder there on
as you do
at the poker table. Maybe it's an intimidation technique, though. Maybe he hasn't actually. I am noticing that even when I do fold, I have to watch them play out the hand in real time, which is a little bit annoying.
Yep.
I won the first hand by going all in. And everybody else folded.
Yeah, that's fair. They should, right?
Theodore just, I'm not playing right now. I'm just letting it sit for a minute. And he's just like, dude, don't be a spank toast.
A spank toast?
A spank toast.
You don't want to be that for sure.
Yeah.
Boris. That's a scary sounding name, dude.
Yeah, well, I am scary. A scary good poker player.
Yeah, these characters, I'm thinking about what you said. This was a tech demo to display what exactly?
Well, so they were basically killing time till they got a licensed property that they could do something with to make the games they actually wanted to make.
Okay.
So they needed to make, their game engine still. So they made a game engine, and they kind of did this to test it out and how to work it and everything and see how things functioned.
And what year was this?
This is 2005.
All right, I went all in again.
2005.
And Theodore called my bet. So
no.
We're going to see what happens. I'll real quick. I have a pair of 4s, a heart and a spade. It looks like he has a pair of kings. So I need another 4, or else I'm out. Oh, he got another king. Wow, so he won.
Yeah, I won a legitimate hand by playing.
A nickel on these cards, not even a wooden nickel.
I wouldn't spend a nickel on these cards, not even a wooden nickel, not even a counterfeit wooden nickel. And the other guy told him to shut up.
I'd pick my nose with these cards, but my boogers deserve better.
Pick my nose with these cards, but my boogers deserve better. Damn.
Grandma just ripped
Grandma's
apart
sassy.
Theodore. She made some joke about his age, and he was like, "No, I'm 22," and she's like, "I was referring to your IQ." She called him 15. Yo.
The graphics look like not 2005. This is
what these graphics
right
remind me
around
of?
Xbox 360 launching.
What's
San Andreas.
What's that super skeevy game?
Guild Wars.
No.
Oh, you're thinking of Leisure Suit Larry?
Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah,
There it
yeah, it
is.
does.
Tom,
I
this
hate
is
that
not
we knew what you
episode
were talking about.
69, okay? We're not
get
talking
there.
about Leisure Suit Larry right now.
Is that guaranteed? Are we doing Leisure
I have-
Suit Larry?
I have
69?
That
notes
or,
for
Super
Leisure Suit
Seducer
Larry.
2.
We do episode 69.
Oh, jeez. I'm not letting you have
We're not
episode
playing it. We're not.
69.
I
we're
do
not
feel
playing
like we
it.
have to do
I have another
either
game.
Super Seducer.
Yo. I could potentially have a straight in this one. Come on.
It's
I
fine.
have no money left. I put it all in again.
Trying to hold a conversation and trying to listen to their dialogue. I forgot the rules of poker, and then I realized you said it straight, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the thing I can do.
Wow, if that's the case, can we all play poker sometime?
Tom, the night is not over.
We'll play it
All right.
with points, GGN points.
Yeah. How does it how does it feel based off other poker games you guys have played? I imagine you guys have played other poker games, right?
I hate
a
that they
lot.
keep talking. They just keep talking, and I don't want them to talk. I'm focused on the actual card game. Whenever I've played online poker or anything, I've not at all been interested in I wish these characters, these AI or even real people online could interject some, this guy talking to the grandma about the 4th and 5th husband. Okay, so she's killing your husbands. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm following the conversation.
I'm turning the voices off so I can just read it.
Hey, Grandma, what's your favorite movie, dude?
Harold and Maude. I must have seen it 50 times.
Now, an interesting fact: you originally couldn't do that.
Turn the voices off.
Oh no.
Yeah. So normally it was selling for $3. It seems like it normally sells for $3 for a while, and then it was off the marketplace most of 2020. It seems like it was just you know,
whoever got the assets to Telltale Games decided
Yeah.
they're like, we can make some money off this. Maybe some.
so and they listed it for $5, and then immediately it brought back to $1, where it's been $1 for a while, and it drops down to 50 cents every now and then. Yeah, so the people talking with each other, that was kind of it kind of sparked. There's a Polygon article.
Okay.
And it's called how Evil Dead, Venture Brothers, and Borderlands ended up at the poker table. And that they're talking about Night at the Inventory 2,
Oh yeah.
which is the third poker game that Telltale made, because they made Night at the Inventory and then Night at the Inventory 2. And it's
Night
basically
at
the same game as
Inventory?
this game.
Okay.
Yeah, Night at the Inventory, yeah. And it features Brock from the Venture Brothers, Claptrap from
Oh, really?
Borderlands, Ash Williams from Evil Dead,
Wow.
and Sam from Sam and Max.
I've never
And
heard of
then
that. Cool.
GLaDOS is the like the
What?
dealer. Yeah,
Wait, who's the dealer?
GLaDOS from
GLaDOS
Portal?
from Portal.
It's that game that we didn't play together, Tom?
I remember it fondly.
And so basically that was the one that I really played a lot of, was the second one. But the original Poker Night at the Inventory, it had Max from Sam and Max. It had the Heavy from Team Fortress, Strong Bad.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
what was the other guy? There's like another guy.
It's like the Super Smash Brothers of poker. Okay.
Yeah, it really is. Taicho from Penny Arcade, which like Penny Arcade, the fucking So it was like, it's such a weird thing.
Still doing comics? I haven't.
I don't know.
gotten-
Let's see. You know what?
I'm
Let's
gonna-
they have a podcast every Wednesday apparently.
Yeah. Who doesn't have a podcast? Losers.
Yeah.
For real.
Anyway, but so yeah, Poker Night, the Inventory was kind of like their comeback to this. I believe the guy who came to it, he wasn't on the team at the time when they made the original game, but he kind of came back to this game, and he's like, you know what, the bickering between the characters is actually kind of interesting. Not a lot of poker games do that, at least not to this extent.
Yeah, you're right. They don't.
They're all mostly like, if you play poker in Red Dead, the guys aren't talking about like the farm or what they did that day. They're really just talking about the cards, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of lines about, oh, shoot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, most poker games are like that. Another poker game that I played in trying to figure out which poker game we were going to play had something where it was just like, the people's faces were going all kind of crazy, and there was like a mini game to fight your reaction based off your hand. And then like if a guy won, he would do like a dance and like kind of get in your face about it and stuff. Like, so some games have like certain things like that, but they're not. They were going for more of a casual feel with this. I mean, like, more like laid back, like you're playing with your friends, kind of, sort of, but these are like wackier characters,
Yeah, I'm on my fifth hand, I want to say, in Dude Bro, which is Dudebrough, as if it's a town in England, I guess.
Yeah.
But
He's French. He's French, okay.
He asked, so did you ever kill a man again? But this time it was the bald guy who answered, and he's like, not yet, but let me check. And then he folds, and he's like, nope, not this time. But it's like, I'm so glad I can hear their witty banter.
Yeah, there are now. Granted, this is their first game, so it's not as expansive. Like with Night at the Inventory 2, like you can play the game for a while without hearing exact copies of conversations, because there is some variance that happen between the characters,
Sure.
Like they'll say similar things but to different characters, and then especially when you start busting out people, and so they're away from the table.
Okay.
The conversations can be a little bit different here and there, so it is kind of interesting, and it's a lot of fun, and I think it adds replay value to it. But if you don't like people talking while playing poker, it's really not your game that.
I mean, I can see a world where it's entertaining. Like we just went through the entire hand, like revealing the cards, whatever they are, the river, whatever. I don't know poker that well, but like checking through everything. He at the very last check, like when no one raised it, he goes, "Wow, dude, you're really good at checking," and that was entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're not entertaining personalities at the moment.
I guess when I see Telltale, I was thinking it'd be some like overarching story.
Right, yeah.
You guys have seen how this game looks, and all Telltale games kind of look interesting to some extent. I mean, with later versions, they kind of got more complex in how they do things, but a lot of their early games kind of look like
fascinating,
this.
Yeah.
And Telltale, they actually use their own proprietary game engine. It's called Telltale Tool, and that's what they've used to make literally every one of the games that they ever made. And they've updated over time, usually not as fast as other game engines, so they've always technically kind of been like behind the ball with the competition to some extent. Now their games and their game styles are different from most other games because they're more like the action adventure-esque type game that are closer to the games they used to make at LucasArts, like the
Sure.
Monkey's Island type stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they necessarily needed the best of the best, but they were always felt a little bit dated,
Yeah.
compared to their counterparts. And
Yeah, they do.
it's actually a fun fact. They didn't actually have a physics engine built in until 2016. So that means
What?
in the original Walking Dead game, it's like every game, everything was hand animated before that. So
Wow.
it's just like I can't. It doesn't make any sense that
Huh.
they were going that long. 2016. Like, you got to be kidding. Anyway, before they shuttered, they were actually moving away from the Telltale tool as the engine, and they were going to start using Unity engine
Sure.
in 2018. They were going to go with that forwards, and the first game they were going to do, that was the Stranger Things game. But, of course, that never got finished, and they closed. I believe the only game they had anywhere close to being done at the time was the Walking Dead series. So, and then also they had the Minecraft story mode that they were doing, I believe, with Netflix.
Really?
So
Okay.
they were able to finish that up, and I believe The Walking Dead happened after that. And then, boom. And now there's been some talks that like, they could still do Stranger Things. The
They
connection
still
with
own the
Netflix isn't
licensing?
as strong.
Yeah.
But the Wolf Among Us 2, which they were also starting to work on at the time.
Did anyone play the first one? Because it was good.
Yeah, I did. It was unsatisfying because it didn't have a good ending, but it was enjoyable because of the world that it was in. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's lame to be like, you nailed it, but you did.
Oh, I didn't realize you had also played it. I thought you were just asking.
No. I played it, and you're right. You're right. Nothing more to add.
Perfect.
That's all, boss. The Wolf Among Us 2 is supposedly,
They've
back
been
in
saying
the
that for
works,
like
the new
years,
company.
right?
But
That's
they've
one of
been
those
saying it
development
since, I
hell
believe,
things.
20. I know pandemic kind of happened during all that too, so we'll see about that. So, we got a couple games we could play while you're playing the game. I know you're
Games
listening
during
to
the game,
people
oh, God.
saying
Wow.
quirky conversations while we're saying
I'm
other
a mini
things.
bottle of wine in, trying to remember the rules
Yeah.
of poker, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Can we please play against each other so I can take
I know you're
advantage
just
of...
salivating at me. Every time I mention that, I don't quite remember the rules and the
Honestly, I
order of what wins and what poker hand.
All right.
Remember, if you have like multiples of the same card, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And-
all the different colors. You're
and-
trying to get it's Pokemon. You're trying to collect them all,
You want to collect them all, right? And
all the different colors.
in sequence,
But not anywhere near each other.
And in
Sequence is bad.
sequence is also bad.
Right. You don't want
So,
them to be
like,
next to
You
each
want
other.
you want two.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5,
Pandemic
6,
rules.
7.
Keep them apart.
No, as far apart as you can.
So this game called Telltale or Telltale.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say something about a character, and you guys say, is this a character that's a Telltale or is this a character from a Telltale game?
Okay.
Okay. First one is Sam Patch, who died during a jump on Friday the 13th.
Tall tale.
Tall tale.
Tall tale.
Okay, that is right. That's a point for everybody. That is a tall tale that actually happened. Sam Patch was known as the Daring Yankee, the Yankee Leaper, and the Jersey Jumper. Just pick a name, right?
Is it a tall tale if it really happened?
Yeah, exactly. That's what the thing about these tall, but it's like,
Okay.
I don't-
It's not from a
it's-
Telltale game. I got you.
yeah, it's not a Telltale game. All right, Chris. It's if you Wikipedia
Hey,
Tall
Chris.
Tales. All right.
I just put a
Hey,
point
Chris.
on the board, but if it's different, let me know.
Hey, Chris, don't be an asshole, okay?
Chris, I'm trying my best. No, anyway, so he gained fame by jumping into the Niagara River in 1829. He did it near the base of the falls from a height of 80 feet. They strung a 120 foot ladder, and he got, I guess, towards the middle of the ladder and then jumped off.
Oh yeah.
And it was like a bad weather day and stuff, so not a lot of people showed up. So he said, you know what, I'm gonna do it from 120 feet, and that brought a bunch of people out, and that's what really kind of made him famous. The guy, he didn't do it once, he did it twice, So that kind of, he had some steam going there. So he's like, you know what, and actually, it wasn't like something he just did on his own. It was like they were trying to get people to come to Niagara Falls. It was like a promotional
It was
thing.
an event, yeah.
Yeah, so he did another jump at the high falls of the Genesee River, and it was successful, but once again, it didn't really have that high of turnout. So he's like, you know what?
People just aren't
I'm gonna do it
interested in
again.
him jumping into rivers.
And on that fateful day of November 1829, he jumped again and he disappeared. And some people thought, oh, you know what? He's like hiding under, like, you know, there's a cave on the waterfall. You know, he's just like trying to build up hype or whatever. But they found his frozen body the next spring, proving that he did not make it out of the river that day.
Yikes.
So
R.I.P.
Yeah. So a tall tale that was true, and a man died, and you know. All right. Number 2, Bigby Wolf is a New York City sheriff that could turn into a wolf.
Yeah, that's a Telltale, right?
Telltale.
Especially when you guys said, "Oh yeah, I played Wolf Among Us." Well, this is
Yeah, we're gonna know Bixby. Yeah.
These are going to be some easy points. All right. How about this character?
I'm
Cordwood
adjusting the
Pete.
points, by the way. If
Everyone's got
if
2
I
points.
need to. Okay.
Everyone's got 2 points. Cordwood Pete is the younger brother of Paul Bunyan. While his brother was a giant, Pete stood 4 feet 9 inches, making him a king amongst men. Tiny kings. # short kings. Is he a tall tale or is he a Telltale character?
I'm going to say tall tale.
Telltale.
I think he might be in Wolf Among Us. I'm gonna say Telltale just to be different.
Okay, and then you are wrong, Chris.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Try to be different. This is what you get. That's a lesson everyone should
Yeah,
take.
Chris, you lose. Chris, I would like to reflect that you have 2 points and everyone else has 3 points.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, I adjust the scoreboard, so it's fine. I'll give him 3 points.
This next one, Leonard W. Briscoe is an NYPD officer that has spent 20 years in a bottle.
I'm going to say telltale.
Telltale.
I'm gonna say Telltale.
All right, Hunter, you are wrong.
Oh.
It actually it's from Telltale game Law and Order Legacies. Leonard W. Briscoe. He's actually a character from the original Law and Order. He's theoretically a New York tall tale. You know, he's actually revered. He was revered in New York City. Him and the guy who played Jack McCoy. They're both revered in New York because of
Jack
Law and
McCoy
Order's,
is?
You know, big impact.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Jack
wait,
McCoy is the best lawyer ever.
I think I missed something about the game because I thought it was, are they a part of Telltale or are they something else?
No, think of it this way. Are they a part of Telltale or
not?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
which
not are
which
they?
There was a
part of
Telltale Law and Order game.
Oh,
so
okay.
anyone from the Law and Order.
Because I recognized the name as the character
Yeah.
from Law and Order, so I was like, oh, Law and Order, Telltale.
This one. No, this one, you know, this one's a little bit of a shake-up. Not really. You'll guess this one. Johnny Caw dug the Kansas River Valley and invented sunflowers.
Invented a man who invented sunflowers.
Yeah. Is this a Telltale game? Maybe. Or is it a tall tale?
It's tough because Wolf Among Us does have a lot of like those fairy tale characters, but I will say tall tale.
I'm going to agree tall tale.
I'll go Telltale. Tell. The game.
Telltale.
The game one.
And Hunter, I'm sorry, you are wrong
That's,
once again. It is a tall tale. But this one's actually interesting because the legend of Johnny Caw was created in 1955
That's not
by a professor named George Fillinger. He was a horticultural professor at Kansas State University, and he wanted to celebrate the centennial of the city of Manhattan, Kansas. You know, so he wrote a bunch of stories. They put it in the newspaper, and he was kind of like trying to drum up their own local tall tale legend thing. But it's like 55, so it's like, aren't we done doing this? You know, like the West is over. Like, are we
in the 50s? It's a little too late. It's too late to.
This is kind of cringe, man. You know, I don't know, but you know what? The city was like, fuck it, we got nothing else going on. You know, let's do this. So they actually made a 25-foot tall statue of Johnny Caw holding a scythe, and he stands in the city park in Manhattan, Kansas. They made it in 66, so it took 11 years for people to really be like, you know, let's do this thing. It cost $7,000. All the materials and labor were donated, and contributions were made by local citizens who hoped that, you know, it would make a local legend and it would be like a roadside attraction. People come see the giant man holding a scythe.
It's like a tourist attraction now, right? So it's probably worked out.
Yeah, well, you know, yeah, sure. Alfred Bulltop Stormalong had a ship so tall it had hinged masts to avoid catching the moon.
I'm going to go ahead and say tall tale.
Yeah, it's got to be a tall tale, right?
Telltale.
You are all correct. Yeah, those are Like I started doing the thing. I'm like these are all way too obvious. Like this is no one's gonna get one of these wrong. You guys surprised me by getting some wrong.
Johnny Appleseed.
So that was nice of you guys to really kind of
invented apple trees.
Did I get the scores right? Are you keeping them separate? I think I missed one.
So Chris, you have 5. Tom, you have 5. Hunter, you have 4.
Oh.
Hunter, you're not far behind. You can catch up.
I'll try.
I gave Tom an extra point. Okay.
No. I was watching you do it.
No, but Frank just said that we're tied.
I got one wrong, and I got it right.
He's the host this evening. Who am I to say? I am but a...
Did I mess up on my end, too? I could have.
Dirty birdie.
We don't know. All right? So, here's some other facts about this game. So, the character of Boris Crinkle...
I killed one of them.
Oh, nice. Good work.
Nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
They're dead.
Yeah. There you go.
Murder.
You got to do what you got to do,
The one all the way to the left, he's dead.
Boris Crinkle, it looks like another character from a Telltale series, the Sam and Max games, named Leonard Steak Charmer. I've never actually played any of the Sam and Max games. I own them all. I own all the Telltale games because I guess I bought
a big supporter
them all
of what
during
they
a sale.
represent, but you won't touch them though. You'll pay them. But...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, I just can't. I really want to play the Back to the Future one. I'm like, can I do it though? I don't know. There's a joke. They say, you may have already heard it now. They're like, oh, Boris Crinkle, that's an ill-fitting name. You look more like a Leonard Steak Charmer. And they basically do the same joke in a Sam and Max game saying, you look more like a Boris Crinkle.
Oh, okay.
They make a reference to this game in the episode Abe Lincoln Must Die. And if the player uses the carbon dating machine on Leonard, it says his age is he's only 19 years old. And then Max will say, let that be a cautionary tale to the kids about spending too much time in casinos.
Oh, wow, that is an in-depth reference. Yikes.
Yeah, it's
someone would have to be a super fan to.
There's a wiki about it. It's not that great. You think.
Some people love Sam and
Max. Really doesn't. It doesn't give me incentive to play. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm okay. Let's talk a little bit about poker.
Sure.
And Texas Hold'em. The origins of Texas Hold'em isn't really known. It's one of those things that happened a long time ago, and who was really starting it, who was doing this or that. But Texas people who they recognized Robstown, Texas, as the game's birthplace, and they said it was sometime in the early 20th century. So great, throw of a dart there, guys. But we do know that Texas Hold'em came to Vegas in 1963 at the California Club.
Seems late.
And it kind of does, honestly, when you talk about it. But it eventually made it there, and it became popular, and it spread to the Golden Nugget, the Stardust, and the Dunes, and kind of built up popularity. And then it really got big in the 2000s due to its exposure on TV, which I imagine where most of us really got to know poker, probably in general. Like more about it, like because it was kind of going everywhere, especially Texas Hold'em. That was kind of like the big thing going on there. And then during that time, Texas Hold'em replaced 7-card stud, which is like your normal kind of poker that you would play, as in most casinos. It kind of
I've got no idea the difference between them, but yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, it's basically the same game except you only have 2 cards instead of the traditional.
Texas Hold'em is where you're all playing from the same pit of cards in the middle, and your normal one is where you have your own hand of cards and you save like 3
I
or
see.
4.
You're getting dealt your own hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. And so and the no betting limit like form that was used on the TV, like World Series of Poker and the World Poker Tour, that kind of became like more normal too because it wasn't like that before either. And I guess let's talk a little bit about poker in general. Like the poker's origin is also like up to debate. People are like, oh, it started here, started there, whatever. But there's like 2 games that are similar and like similar enough where people are like, oh, they probably just kind of combined some stuff from both of them and then formed this new thing at some point. So there's a French game called Poké. It's like P-O-K-U-E.
Where Pokemon comes from, yeah.
Could be, yeah. And then there's a Persian game, Asnaz. So those 2 games were kind of like the inspiration for our traditional poker. And then the poker Asnaz.
And where did that come from?
Persia.
Oh.
It's a Persian game.
Asnaz.
Is Persia a place?
Persia's a place.
Persian people?
Like
yeah,
Prince
okay,
of Persia, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Persia used to be a region.
Persian
yeah.
rugs. I know there's Persian things, but is there
Yeah.
a Persia?
No, it's not a defined country anymore. I think it's just a region.
Yeah. So.
And if it's not, I'm going to
R.I.P.
edit myself
Persia.
out because I edit the podcast myself.
Yeah, or just leave my part in saying I don't know Persia, and then you take out your part.
Yeah.
Frank's is so dumb. Now 7-card stud, which is like the traditional poker, and we think of like normal poker. It only appeared in the middle of the 19th century, and it was largely spread by the U.S. military. Because the boys just bored.
Boys got to be
got
boys.
a deck of cards. And it became a staple in many casinos and after the Second World War, and grew, with the World Series of Poker, which started in 1970s. So it's kind of born from there. So we got some trivia now. You guys ready for game number 2? Technically game number 3.
I'm ready.
All right.
Hit me with it.
Ready.
While these wild zany characters are
Right.
giving you all these
I'm-
kind of quips.
I'm betting,
So
I'm
wait,
throwing
Tom,
it all in the pot.
Tom, you've already knocked out one person. Is that correct?
Yeah, one person. Yeah.
Has anyone else knocked out anybody?
I have someone knocked out, although I won't claim that I knocked them out, but they're out of the game.
That's all that matters. He's gone.
I've lost about
Oh,
5 games
two people are out of the game.
in the
people are out of
time
the game.
that we've been doing this because I keep
Oh,
just
keep
going
going all
all in on like a pair of 2s.
It's a tactic. Some people
Yeah.
have beaten this game within 5 minutes by doing that, supposedly, or something like that. How many cards were used in the earliest form of poker? A, 32, B, 20, C, 40,
What?
or D, 50?
Like in the whole deck?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 40.
I'm going to say 50 because they would have... Well, no, they couldn't have taken out a whole number. I'm still going to go with 50.
I guess I'll go 32.
Okay, and you were all wrong. The answer was 20. I'm sorry, 20. It was 20. It was 20.
I was
Sorry.
like, what the fuck?
It was 40.
Yeah,
Nope, it was 20.
It's 20. Small decks are.
So Tom got it.
The standard 52 card deck is kind of like an American thing that's spread because of us. But
Oh.
before there were a lot smaller decks. And in other countries, smaller packs are more common. You can actually be playing poker with only 32 cards, 40 cards, or 48 cards. I don't know how the breakdown of that exactly works, but, it's interesting. What is a small bet not meant to cause an opponent to fold, but rather to build up the pot, thereby sweetening it? Is it a sweet pot, a pro bet, a pot sweetener, or a pot on?
Pot sweetener.
My strategy is to just tag along with Tom, who seems to know a lot more than me, so I'm going to say a pot sweetener.
Okay, and Hunter.
I'll go pot on.
Sorry, Hunter. The Tom and Chris were right. It was a pot
Yes,
sweetener.
Tom and Chris were right.
What would you
I
call,
will reserve my choice for after Chris and Hunter from now on.
What would you? Yeah. What would you call a professional player? An A, gator, B, king, C, snake, or D, shark?
I feel like a shark is specifically for pool. I don't know.
I'm gonna say shark.
Okay, I'm going to go gator.
I'm gonna go king.
And that time only Hunter got it right.
Hey.
It's
Card
still a shark.
Card
The
shark.
gaming world is not very unique. And they just kind of, everything. All right, what would you call a player who is easily bullied out of a hand post-flop by any sort of action?
Flop, that's a term.
Fast
yeah.
player, a weak player, a coy player, or a scaredy cat?
I'd say weak.
I'd say coy because it has something to do with the river,
That's a coy with a C, but sure.
Love it.
And not an I. Okay.
And Hunter?
I'll say scaredy cat because it's the funny answer.
Yeah, okay. No, Tom got it right. It was weak player. It was a weak player.
It's always boring.
Be a
when
little
Tom-
more creative.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Poker
Glossary.
trivia is not that funny. The rest of them are just about poker movies because I got bored doing real poker stuff. So I'm like, this sucks.
Okay.
Let's do in the 1998 film Rounders.
Sure.
Teddy
yeah.
KGB is played by A, Matt Damon, B, John Turturro, C, John Malkovich, or D, Kevin Spacey.
Malkovich.
I'm gonna go Turturro.
I'm gonna go Kevin Spacey.
And Chris got it right. It was John Malkovich.
All right.
Nice.
And John Turturro was in the movie as long as Matt Damon. Kevin Spacey was not. Kevin Spacey was in
21.
21, yeah.
Oh.
That was the Blackjack movie.
I've seen that movie like twice. I don't know why. It's
I don't know. Yeah, me too.
entertaining,
I don't know
but
why I watched it. I'm like, I didn't like this the first time, but
he plays
here I
like
am watching
such
it
a big asshole in that movie.
yeah. In most movies.
Yeah, true. And in
the
life.
2001 heist comedy movie Ocean's 11, George Clooney's character name is A. Danny Ocean, B. Frank Ocean, C. Daniel O'Shea, or D. Ocean.
I think the word comedy is doing a lot of work in describing that movie. We go with Danny Ocean.
Bernie Mac was in
Danny
that movie,
Ocean.
okay, Chris?
It was a fun
It's
movie.
a comedy, all right?
It's a fun movie. I will say that, was it Ocean's 12 or 13? My most liked, which isn't saying a lot, my most liked tweet of all time is criticizing the fact that I think it's Ocean's 12, that their scheme is to have Julia Roberts play an unconvincing Julia Roberts. Like, in their universe, like they make a joke that doesn't Julia Roberts, the actress who is in this movie, doesn't she look a lot like Julia Roberts? And that should be part of the plot. And they wanted her, because of the way that all Ocean's movies go, is like they had planned for all of it. So they convinced her to play Julia Roberts, and then she got caught as not being Julia Roberts. But of course, that was the plot, that she was supposed to be caught as not Julia Roberts. Anyway, that wall breaking, it fucked me up, is what I'm getting at.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. If you could answer the
Danny
question,
Ocean.
that'd be great. Okay, Chris says Danny Ocean. Would anyone like to pick a different option?
I'm gonna concur with Danny Ocean.
Okay.
Danny Ocean.
Okay, yeah, it was Danny Ocean. That was an easy gimme, but this next one, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because this one is a 1994 Western comedy called Maverick. Brett Maverick, played by everyone's questionable uncle, Mel Gibson, needs this much money for the tournament entry fee. A, $5,000. B, $25,000, C, $500, or D, $500,000.
25.
Ah, shoot. Yeah, 25. That's what I was gonna say. It just seems like
5,000.
Hollywood would pick that number.
Hunter, I would think you were right, but Chris and Tom are actually right. It's $25,000. I couldn't believe it myself. I said an old Western movie, $25,000. That's like a fuck ton of money.
Ridiculous amount of money.
This is insane amount of money. Yeah,
That's
but
a Hollywood amount of money.
Yeah, and in the movie, there's like a whole plot of he's $3,000 short, so he has to collect some debts and stuff. And you're like, that's just like so much money for back then. Like, how you just gonna collect $3,000? Like, how do you just collect I don't know. Anyway, so.
Actually, I am gonna be right back because I'm
Okay,
drinking a
everyone's
lot
just-
of water to offset the amount of gasoline that I've huffed today. So I'll be right back.
If everyone could just leave, I guess I'll just serenade the podcast. I'm all alone, but that's okay, 'cause no one's watching the stream. It's only robots. Hey there, robots, take my social security number. I'm gonna sing it. Try to copy it. 5531.
Grandma just went all in,
Uh-oh.
and I have so much more money than her.
Take that bitch's house.
And I've got king queen suited,
Ooh,
They
I have
can reverse
a
mortgage your
pair
house.
of queens on
and I
this
feel
one.
pretty good about that. I'm gonna go all in.
Do it.
I'm gonna see if I eliminate grandma right now.
Get that
All right.
bitch.
Theodore thought it wise to get out. What do you got, Grandma? Grandma's got 2-5 unsuited. A 2 came on the flop. You fuck.
Yo, I got 3 of a kind queens.
Another 2 on the river. Grandma.
Yeah, the river and the flop. Come on.
Oh my.
This is the last question, all right?
Okay,
And then we're just in the weeds here.
we're just freestyling.
In 2006, Casino Royale, Mads Mikkelsen's character, Le Chiffre,
Sure.
I don't know how you say it, hosts this high-stakes game to recoup his client's money. Was it A, blackjack, B, roulette, C, Texas Hold'em, or D, 7-card stud?
I thought it was Texas Hold'em.
Okay. Tom says Texas Hold'em. Hunter, what do you think?
By the way,
Blackjack.
Mads Mikkelsen is my wife's like. She just wants me to look like him, which I'm just every time she says it, I'm just like,
He's so old.
older.
So,
Yeah, like old as fuck.
I'm like, babe, I'll get there.
He's 55 years
eventually.
old.
Fuck.
Yeah, give me
Older.
like 25 years.
Older.
At least. Jesus.
but a phenomenal actor. And he
Yeah,
was
no, he's
amazing
Oh my God.
in
Oh,
Death Stranding.
No, listen.
Oh yeah, he's
so
in Death
good.
Stranding. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going blackjack.
I'll go 7-star card stud just to be different.
All right, and that would cause you no points because Tom is correct.
I thought so.
It was Texas Hold'em, the game we are playing tonight.
Shit, I thought it was blackjack.
Which doesn't seem appropriate because it's
I mean,
just
they
like an
probably also played
international
blackjack
card.
in the movie, but that part where he does the thing, they're doing.
Oh,
Right.
I remember the scene.
Yeah, the part of
the
the movie.
scene.
He bleeds tears, or he tears blood. I don't
I
know.
was thinking about that. Like, no, I think that's right. Bleeds.
I don't think bleeds
There's
tears.
tears are
works.
blood. No, I don't know.
No, if he was bleeding tears, then you cut his arm.
He's tearing up
and
blood.
Tears
He's
coming
tearing.
out.
He's crying blood.
Crying blood. That's better.
There you go.
It's a sign of stigmata.
Listen,
yeah.
y'all. I just want you to know, I'm going for it tonight because Frank's prizes are fucking sick.
Yeah, I have a giant
Yeah.
knife that he gave me, so
Yeah, and like I have the huge Waluigi board is
That's true.
amazing.
Well, technically that was a Chris thing, and I just knew a guy with a laser. But that was,
I know.
oh
a
yeah,
guy.
that's true. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, no pressure to have a great prize or anything.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you what it is now. It's gonna be a lasered poker chip. That's what it is. You know.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, good. That's good.
It's
Wait,
tiny.
wait.
It's cool.
Wait. What's his name? Boris?
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
the second guy. He just said.
Boris Crankle.
So I threw a raise in, and he was like, "Yo, you think you're playing it cool? You're about as cool as a Tabasco enema."
Oh my god.
Yeah. I thought, is this game like
that'd be
rated?
hot.
What is this game rated?
Tabasco
this
enema.
game is I don't see a
No
rating.
rating. Interesting.
Hmm.
I won with it's an ace high. See, clearly, Tom could take me for all I'm worth. I had an ace and thought I had a jack high.
Wow.
But I'll get it figured out when that's finished. We'll post a picture of it somewhere, I imagine.
yeah.
And then it'll be
Yeah.
in someone's hands.
Mine.
Tom's hoping. He could currently.
I'm hoping.
He's got the most.
I think
points.
at the end of this episode, we should go all in with our points.
That you guys are reading the script here.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you would think, Telltale, they came from LucasArts,
Mhm.
And you think, well, who's come from Telltale to really do something? Now, after the place shut down, there were a couple studios like the one that kind of finished up The Walking Dead, and there's some other, kind of done stuff with previous property stuff. But the only like big group to come out in any game that I really heard about was Campo Santo. And they released the game Firewatch. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
It got pretty popular,
I enjoyed
and it's kind of a
Firewatch.
similar style game where you really don't do a whole lot, It's mostly story driven.
Yeah, it's like a
You
walking
kind of walk around,
simulator,
interact
but
with
it's
some
enjoyable.
stuff. They made a VR version of it, I think. All right, so anyone down to one person yet?
No, it's just me, Grandma, and Theodore still.
Theodore actually has I think it's on the Steam trailer. Theodore actually talks about Rounders, and he talks about Teddy KJB, and he's like, my name's Theodore. I could be Teddy KJB, and he wants to be referred to as Teddy KJB. It's just like a shitty line, But it's just
There's all this
one
like
of those.
in-universe stuff that like, is this game really worthy of that?
So it's just there's so many quips that it'll just drive you nuts. Talk us through it, Tom. What's going on?
I meant it fold, but I hit all in.
They're
Oh,
not even in the
Buttons are
same
so far
area.
apart.
And then I just got 2 pair on the flop. But the blinds are huge. The big blind is $6,000.
Yeah, it gets,
wow.
I think
Holy
it gets
moly.
Keeps
bigger
moving.
after
It
a
does,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, it gets bigger over time.
There's no way to skip. I folded on the I don't know these terms. The first hand that I got, and I'm just watching everyone else play now. That's not what you want out of a poker game.
If you click it, it at least
It skips a
their
little bit, but I'm
talking,
still watching
yeah.
every single conversation bit. It's
Oh, shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
oh no.
The blind got so big that the blind
Crushed you?
eliminated me. Yeah.
So well, I do a quick talk about some other poker games. I went through trying to find the perfect game for us. There's a game series called World Championship Poker. The second one was called World Championship Poker, featuring Howard Lederer. And then the
Everyone's
third
favorite
one was
poker
called
player,
World
yeah.
Championship Poker, featuring Howard Lederer All In. And the second and third one, I had the multiplayer, but it's just not supported anywhere. So it's just something we unfortunately couldn't do. But that was released PlayStation 2, Xbox, and then the last one was on the 360 and on the Wii. And I was kind of hoping, because the Wii version, some people were saying, oh, the motion kind of works, but it really, I don't know. I was watching videos, it didn't really seem like it did anything.
Poker motion controls.
Yeah. But an interesting part of that game was it had a character creation, so you could make just really ugly people. I mean, like you couldn't really. Everyone looks ugly, so regardless of who you made, everyone just looks terrible.
So on the first hand of the new game, I went all in. And I eliminated Theodore.
There you go.
You're back to where you were.
Literally, it's a tactic.
This looks really clunky, but I guess when you get down to it, you don't need that much of an interface for the characters look really ugly.
Yeah, everyone looks just terrible. And then like when you're doing the character creation, you can hit like the random button, it was always just bad.
Yeah, everyone just ends up looking like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Or like Ed Sheeran's cooked up like cousin.
I knocked out Harry. It's me and Grandma.
Oh!
All right.
Nice work, Hunter.
And I'm up.
Keep going, Hunter.
I'm up 38,200 to 8,800. Oh, Grandma folded.
Hunter's sitting at 40,000 right now.
Here, I'll put up the totals.
Grandma folds.
It's
40,009K
versus 9,800. Let's go.
You can do it, buddy.
Next hand.
You got
Drain
this.
that bitch. Drain that bitch.
All right, 4 and a queen. I'll call.
This feels very Squid Game right now.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go.
We're just checking. So the right thing to do is just check. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
I'm not even gonna try to win out of an actual game. I'm just gonna.
I mean, you have way more money than
exactly. I'm taking the farm, Grandma. All right. Ooh, Jack and 10 of hearts. Very nice.
That's nice. That's nice. That's good.
I'm gonna call it to get it to so she thinks it ain't shit.
Yeah. And just bully her.
Yeah. If there's a queen,
she wants to check.
I need
She
a
wants
queen.
to check.
Should I check? Should I bet? Oh, she went all in.
Oh, that's fine. You got the money to play with.
Yeah, I do. But
I
I don't want to be here all night.
Here we go.
Wait, pair of kings.
She's got kings and sixes.
Pair of sixes.
There's a pair of sixes.
Oh, she's checking. I think if I.
Up.
So do we know anything? Do we know anything about the way this game? Yeah, like.
I will say that like
what they say mean anything? Like she's thinking about folding. So if I bet, is she gonna immediately fold?
I will say that like it feels like after playing a lot of poker in Red Dead, I feel like it's so random sometimes. But this at least feels like they can be bullied a little bit, and I don't know. I feel like the AI is reacting a little bit more realistically.
A little bit, right? Like
a little bit at least. They look stupid as hell, but
I'm in.
Nice.
I'm in. I'm gonna raise off the bat and see or bet. Oh, she went all in.
Oh,
they look dumb, but they also look like every single one of them looks like something I've seen before.
All right. Oh, she's got nothing.
Familiarity,
Oh wait,
give an old lady just one moment of happiness.
Hold on. This could be
she
it.
is guilt tripping you.
This might be it.
No, she got it.
That king,
I think
that king did not look
She's
good.
She's got a pair of kings.
Whoa!
Oh no! You're still up 11,000.
Yeah.
Grandma's coming back.
The big blind's up to 6,000.
All right, Grandma.
Fuck. No,
you're not.
No, you're not, dude. You're drowning now.
Yeah.
6-2 ace.
Fuck,
I
Grandma.
got nothing. All right,
She's checking. Let it ride.
Oh no!
I'm gonna bet.
She doesn't have anything. I don't think.
She's got nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, this is a
Queen 3.
This is tense. This just changed my score of the game.
You were riding high, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Oh, you would, Grandma. You would.
All right.
I don't know anymore, man. I'll call
her bet. 10.
Oh no.
Jack, Queen. If we get a king, it's done.
Yeah.
But
you get lucky.
We'll check. See what happens.
Okay.
She's not playing any games.
No.
I got a pair of threes though.
You got a pair in Queen High.
Check. Let's see. Good check. Thanks, Grandma.
No, that's such a shit pair.
Oh wow!
Yo!
She didn't have anything.
That bitch had nothing.
Wow. I wonder.
God damn,
Okay.
I
Grandma.
wonder she didn't have
Oh, okay, you're suited.
Spades.
suited.
Zoot suited,
And
baby.
of course they give me.
Pair
Oh, but I have a
kings.
pair of kings. All
Pair
right.
kings.
I'm gonna check and then bet next round. I don't want to scare her off. Oh, I got two
Oh, okay.
pair. See, she's gonna fold. Let's see if she folds after this. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Unless she has an ace.
all right.
This is it, baby.
Let's do it. She's got nothing.
Come on. There you go.
Oh, I
You
got it.
got it.
You win.
50,000.
There
You
you go.
won. It
Hey,
just
and that's
goes
it.
to the main menu.
How
It just goes to the
unceremonious.
main
No
menu.
shit at all.
Congratulations, Hunter. You won. You have nothing. There are no
GTFO.
achievements. There's
Yeah,
nothing.
I got. Wow. That was.
There's no way to know you ever
It didn't
won.
even
wanna start
like
again?
shoot off some
Podcast
fireworks. Nobody
that we've
said
captured
anything.
here. Chris, you have 9 points. Tom, you have 10 points. Hunter, you have 7 points.
Do I not?
Just one
I get
point for
1
winning.
point for
Okay.
winning the game.
Okay, we'll give you 2 points. All right, so you have 8 points. All right,
Okay.
Abby.
I didn't get anything for winning the game in the game. The least I could get is.
That's true.
That's life. All right. Didn't Grandma teach you that?
Well,
She
a little,
killed her
a little
husband.
life lesson mixed in there.
Let's get on to the critic reviews. There is no Metacritic rating for this game since it came out in 2005, and it was Telltale's first game. So, but there are 199 reviews on Steam. Out of 199, you got to guess how many positive, how many negative.
Well, with mixed, I guess it's like half and half. So yes, 199. I'll say
it's-
100 positive.
Yeah, it's pretty.
So you're saying 100 positive, 99 negative.
Sure.
I'll say the opposite of that.
I'm gonna say 110 negative.
You're leaving me just a small sliver. Okay.
Answer is 104 positive, 95 negative. So
That's me, right?
I don't know.
Or-
This is weird math.
yeah,
Let's go.
Let's go.
yeah. So yeah. Chris is, but Chris, you got it. So now you have 10 points.
Okay. I'll take it.
And Hunter, you don't gain any points because second. You don't get any points for second.
Yeah.
Tom at
I
11, Chris
figured.
at 10, Hunter at 8.
I haven't gotten anything for
No,
anything.
Tom's at 10.
Tom's at 10?
Are,
That's what
are you
your
gonna, are you
scoreboard says?
subtracting points from me fucking twice in one night?
Hey, I just follow what the host says.
It's a Sharpie. I can't
sake,
subtract. I can only add and then forget that I added.
What? I swear to God.
If anything, there's
when
some
you
juice
edit
numbers
this,
here.
Chris, when you edit this shit, if you find out,
I'm not gonna take note of anything. I'm just gonna edit it.
He's gonna
Right
start
now,
deleting.
based off
tonight I've been dropped a point.
my Sharpie marks that I cannot erase. I can only smudge. Chris has 10. Tom has 10. Hunter has
dropped a
8.
point twice.
Now, did I maybe forget to make a mark? Could happen.
Yeah,
We don't know.
Probably twice.
We there's no way for us to tell
There's
right
no
now.
way
It
to
would
know.
take
There's no way to know.
too long. So, that's the people said. Let's actually hear what they have to say. So I have some reviews here. Chris, this is for you. These are bad reviews.
This review from Spell Bondage. I've played several other Telltale games and they all have high quality to them that doesn't exist here. It's a single table of poker with boring competitors. I played 3 tables just to see if anything changes. It doesn't. There's nothing interesting or fun, nor are there achievements that may improve it. Do not buy this. Every other poker game in the world is better, and there is no tale that is told.
That's fair.
Hunter, I sent you 2, so you can read one and then the other.
In your Carly voice.
Yeah, and you
All
Carly.
right, I'll do the Carly voice first.
Much better Texas Hold'em games out there. These days, games that has it as a mini game is far better than this.
Okay.
with the bad grammar and all.
Have you met Carly?
Have you? I put a voice changer on her whenever she's on the podcast. Oh, that first one was from D Street 319. This one is from Golf Koopa. Scariest horror game I've ever played.
I guess it's not visually appealing to him. Or maybe he's afraid of playing poker with people who just won't stop talking. Chris, maybe you can relate to that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, of all the times I've ever played poker, which is, if I could regale you with how many times that I've played poker at a table with other people, my biggest pet peeve for sure is people that won't stop talking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay, this is from Mozgoose. A very cheesy, dull attempt at poker. You're far better off with the newer poker games Telltale put out or practically any other you can find. And this is Nexiu. I forgive you, Telltale. It was your first game. Everything has to start somewhere.
I don't feel like that's so much a review of the game as
and they still gave it a bad review. So it's it's just fun. It's just fun. All right, but is this someone else's treasure? So we have some good reviews here, also from Steam.
Oh,
and we're gonna do basically the same thing where Chris reads one that's kind of longer, and then everyone else reads two that aren't so long, because it just kind of worked out that way. And why change what's working so well?
Mm-hmm. It gives me more.
Isn't that right, bots in chat? Give the bots in chat. Give us a thumbs up.
We got any bots in chat tonight? All right.
Any humans in chat?
Anybody at all?
This review from Obadiah @parentheses. Is that part of it? Telltale Texas Hold'em is my most favorite game of all time. The subtle and nuanced humor is a pleasure to experience. I give this game 9 out of 10, would be 10 out of 10 if there was a way to play against 4 Boris as an extra hard mode. If there's one thing I know about poker, it's you got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. This game takes it to the max, to the point I feel I am really there in a poker tournament. Immersion is not compromised. I only hope for the deluxe edition with a novel about grandma and what happened to her 5 husbands. Well done, Telltale. Well done. Yeah, that's what this game left me with, was like more interest in the lore about these characters.
Yeah. Than how poker works, the dynamics of it.
Yeah.
All right, Hunter, would you like to also, once again, channel Carly?
Yeah.
Daddy in the East says Telltale wouldn't have gone down if they kept making bangers like this.
Why do you give me the ones with like the worst guy? I don't know how to say
bangers.
Well, wait for this next one.
Yeah,
but
no.
You can do it as your.
I'm gonna try. Can I translate these? I don't even know what they are.
Well, I think it is a translation.
Oh, is that what it is?
There were some Russian ones. There was some this, but I thought this one was short and sweet.
That is exactly what that is. It is a translation. The translation that I get is a little different, but it works the same. This is from Global Mission, and it says that the detected language is Chinese, and it says bots laughing. Only I was an outsider.
That's haunting.
The translation that I read, that I got from Google, is the computers are talking and laughing, but I am an outsider. And I think that's worthy of getting tattooed on me somewhere. It's very deep.
The
all computers
laugh,
are laughing at me, but I am an outsider.
It really is a beautiful review. Yeah. And I thought, how could I not put this in there?
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I mean?
And then you did put it in there, and that was that.
I did.
So this is from Dada Floor Gang.
Mm-hmm.
Best game I have ever played. Looking forward
to Texas Hold'em
more.
Yeah.
And then this is by Tristav13. Oh yeah.
So there's people have a lot of emotions.
That was the whole.
Yeah, no, that was it. Short and sweet to the point.
I did what I could, people.
It was less introspective than the Chinese one, which is still my favorite review, possibly of all time.
Bots laughing.
It gave me some Westworld vibes.
Yeah.
It's like the robots are doing their own thing. We're not even on the same level.
Yeah.
So that was everyone else's review. But what about our scores? It's time we gave this game a score it deserves using our Garbage Valley score system, which of course goes from -10 to +10. -10 being so bad it's good, with the +10 being so good it's good, with the 0 being complete garbage trash. Don't touch it, please. For the love of God, do not touch it. So, Chris.
Yeah.
What would you like to rate this game of games?
This game of games, as far as like free games to play that may come preloaded on your Windows computer, I feel like Texas Hold'em may be on there, you know, and if not, it is a click or two away, like Yahoo Games, which I assume still exists, or any other free gaming site. And I don't think this game introduces anything of value that you'd want to, like, you'd play this version of it. Oh, it's got 3D rendered. Apparently, maybe not like a physics engine, though. As you said, like, they didn't invent a physics engine yet, so these are just like 3D models moving around.
This 100% hand animated.
Yeah, like move the head 30 degrees this way, move it. Yeah, this game doesn't add anything of value to Texas Hold'em. I did say that, like, I appreciate that there's a couple things to do. Like, you can hover over the call button and it'll tell you how much you're calling, like how much you're raising your bet. That's nice. There was something else nice in there, right? I don't remember. Apparently it didn't stick with me that much. Yeah, it doesn't add anything of value. I don't love the characters. I'm not interested in hearing their lore or backstory. So I'm gonna go. They're stupid, so I'll give them a little bit of enjoyment out of there. But you don't want to play this more than half an hour, so I'll go -2.
Chris, could you take off 2 points from your? Okay.
+10.
I'm joking. All right. Once again, I'd like to state the record. Chris has 10. Tom has 10. Hunter has 8.
I thought you were going to say Tom has 9.
What I have is 12.
It keeps going down every time we mention Tom's
you've had
score.
10.
What I have is 12, but
the record shows you have 10.
I have to agree with pretty much every point that Chris made. It doesn't bring anything new or interesting to Texas Hold'em. I was going to make a comment about how I liked, their banter, and then about, 5 minutes in, I was clicking through it as fast as I could just to not hear it anymore. The only joy that I got out of this game, other than like that rush and desire to beat it, which any game has when I get that close to the end, so I can't even attribute that to this game, was like the 5 minutes of banter and the just awful look of the characters. Like when Theodore turns his head sideways, it's the most horrifying thing I've ever seen.
It's like a banana shaped.
Yeah, his mouth. Look, there it is. It just did it on stream. Yeah. So I guess I'll just go like -1. Yeah, it's just
okay. -1. Tom, what is your score?
So I don't know. I guess I'll differ a little bit. I don't think when I think of like a bad game, I think of like something that's like so flawed. It's like flawed. Like it's I'm like it
like
didn't
unplayable.
do what it needed to do. Right. So like, is this Texas Hold'em? Yes.
It is Texas Hold'em.
Does it follow the rules of Texas Hold'em? Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. There are some games too. When I was doing the looking through games, some of them didn't do it right. Like a flush. Like sometimes, but apparently this game seems like it always is correct with the rankings of card.
Follow the rules.
I didn't. At least I haven't stumbled across anything so far where I've been like, "Oh, that's not right." So to call it bad for me, it seems like that. It'd be kind of like saying, like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna make a first-person shooter, and like the gun works, and you hit targets." And you're like, "I guess it was."
It technically was a first-person shooter,
right? And that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, so saying it's a bad game, I don't know, just doesn't seem quite applicable. But is it fun? No. So I'm gonna say +2.
Okay.
All right, and I too am gonna say +2.
Okay.
I have similar feelings of like it's a playable game. You can play it. It is a game.
I feel like you guys are giving this a lot of credit.
But it's just not interesting, and they've already made a better game. So why spend the time with this one if you could just just do something better, have more fun with something else. You can't actually buy the better versions right now.
Oh, the Telltale ones?
Yeah, you can't actually buy Poker Night at the inventory too.
Huh. Licensing reasons, I guess.
Licensing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But yeah, it's unlisted on the Steam store and will not appear in search.
At the request of the publisher, Poker Night at the inventory is no longer available for sale on Steam. Yeah. Interesting.
So that is interesting that
Why would you want to
it's-
not sell something?
I
It
imagine
could be a
it's 'cause of the
licensing issue
licensing,
because-
like they couldn't put the Team Fortress characters in there anymore, or Sam and Max. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't
Yeah.
have
Well,
kids
because with the
gambling.
the second one, you have GLaDOS in it, Claptrap,
Yeah.
Brock from Venture Brothers, so Ash from Army of Darkness. So it is like an interesting group of people, and who knows how the rights got bought out. But so you currently can't. But I wonder if you could buy a key and redeem it.
You can. That is a search that people searching for keys for it, which Steam would then be obligated to give you the product that you have the Steam key for. But I imagine they're increasingly higher in price. So if you were to buy a Steam key right now for Poker Night at the Inventory, a global key, it is $76.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is a
about
hot
two?
item.
Because the
Wow.
second one's better. The second one's a better game, honestly, because they're like cooler characters.
That is $21. So they must have taken it offline, or just more keys went out there. Yeah.
So we did. Okay, we got the ratings in. I'm sorry, Tom. You said two.
No.
Now the rings are-
I was eyeing. I had Pocket Kings in a game, and
Oh,
I hate it when I have pockets and
everyone
the
ran.
river flops and.
Shut up, Chris.
are we ready for a reboot in 2020? Let's just say 2022. All right, we'll give them some time.
Yeah,
All right,
they're
because
delaying.
apparently
the
they're having
release
trouble
of
with
a
their
lot of
licensing
games,
stuff.
So.
Should they bring this game back? Because they own the characters. They actually own the IP for these ones.
Yeah,
They could do it.
I was hooked by these characters, the grandma and the Russian assassin. Yeah, dude, bro, I want to see more of them. That's what I want to see.
Okay, all right. Tom,
I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them.
Seeing as how this is the only poker game out there,
Apparently.
made by Telltale at this
Yeah.
point.
hell yeah,
Goodbye.
they need to make some more poker games. But let's pretend there was a parallel universe in which the market was flooded with poker games. If that were the case, which it isn't, then this would be a true piece of shit. You wouldn't need to play it anymore. But considering it's a gem and there's no others
No other
like
options.
you could spin in a circle, throw a dart, and hit a game like this.
I mean, Red Dead 2 or 1 has better versions of Texas Hold'em, right?
Oh, and
I'm
it
not
has
wrong about
liar's
that.
dice.
And then they have liar's dice, yeah, and
Well, the
horseshoes.
first
but-
game does. Yeah, the second game doesn't. Still,
and
Oh, they don't have
Liar's
liar's
dice?
dice in the second
kind of
one?
upset. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
wanna
that's
get
a
into it.
bummer.
Liar's
Yeah.
dice is so much fun in real life.
And in Red Dead, you could wear the gambler's jacket, right, and get the cheat.
And you could cheat.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
so
what happens-
100% better than this. If you get caught, you get shot.
Yeah.
It starts a
Yeah.
duel, you know. Yeah.
That's
What
like-
happens? What happens?
You can keep it if you're wearing that outfit. I think you can keep a king or an ace up your sleeve and just choose
Yeah.
when to play it.
How do they
Yeah,
catch you? Is it like, do they catch you if it's like absolutely ludicrous that you came
I think
up
if you
with
do
another
it too
game?
often or something, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a mount you could do, and then triggers a
Yeah.
event. The second one, they didn't do anything like that. But it's
They went for the emotional trauma of betraying
Yeah.
people who raised you and blah blah blah. Yeah.
tuberculosis
Boring.
and whatnot. So
Blah blah.
yeah. Now, gentlemen, so we can lock this in now, and I can make a tiebreaker between Chris and Tom, or everyone can go all in with their points
Oh boy.
and go into this game, which I just shared in the chat. It's Poker Now.
Wait,
PokerNow.club,
What do I click on?
okay?
I'm too dumb. Oh, I see.
Okay, if they
Podcast.
can't get to the game, then I win.
No. Wait, so we do Poker Now, Poker with Friends?
Okay, which spot do I want? I'm gonna want.
I'm waiting
this one,
for
I think.
approval.
10,000?
Oh, Tom got to sit right next to Frank.
Oh, I guess you can.
Also, Chris, are you showing on Twitch?
Oh God! Don't look at my screen.
I will.
Hey,
all right,
no
all right,
one
all right.
look
Everyone has to.
No one look at
I
Chris. Leave it on
officially-
stream, but we won't look.
Honorable.
I will not. I will be honorable, and I'm not. I am not looking.
Oh my
Okay.
God! It's the best hand ever.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, it's basically whoever wins this game wins the prize.
Okay.
But the amount of points we've gotten previous don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No, they don't matter. All right, because this is whose line is it anyway. Right?
Okay, so nothing matters. I gotta be.
One with an ace high. Nice hand.
I had a queen low.
Got a king 8 and an ace in the river. There's a salmon swimming through the river, and it's hungry, right, Tom? That's the
Yeah,
the
you
lingo?
nailed it. No, you got it.
He's flippity flopping. Oh my! And we got a
Just gotta
big
watch out for
Bertha
those
coming
bears.
in. Oh, there's a mama bear coming through right now. Oh, they're coming out of hibernation. Let's see if we have the baby bear coming out of the hole too. Tom's folded.
No.
A king 8 ace.
He's got to know when to hold him,
5-3.
when to fold him. Yeah.
Know when to walk away, know when to run.
I love these baby. Is there no way to raise more than 20?
We're gonna be here.
Oh
a
yeah,
while.
you can. Okay.
Oh my
run with a
God,
pair of
Chris!
jacks. I was just keeping it chill.
Wow,
Playing close to the chest.
That's a very strong hand.
Close to the vest.
I'm glad I got
guess
out.
it was a strong hand. I don't know. Is it good when you have matching ones?
No, you want to avoid those.
Just always fold. If you got two of the same, especially two aces, you fold.
Oh, yucky. Yeah, get rid of those.
Just because they're icky. They call them double ickies.
We got a queen 8 and a 6. That's a yucky saurus. That's what that is. Oh, if you hit bet, you can change what your bet is. Otherwise, it just goes by 20.
Why didn't we just play this game instead?
Because this is actually a real,
this is a good
not bad poker game.
time-tried game. We got Hunter at 9,800. We got me at 10,000.
You know how hard it was to find a game like this too? Like I also went through several games that we could just play for fun. And once again, so many of them were just Chinese shit mobile apps that want you to spend real money to play poker. One of them's like, oh, you can use Bitcoin. Like, I don't want to use any of these things. How about we just play for fun?
I'm not betting. I only have 10 Bitcoins left. I'm not going to bet them on.
Yeah.
I don't have any Bitcoins. If I had Bitcoins, I wouldn't be trying to do a podcast. Let's see.
I'd be buying other podcasts and just siphoning off their money.
Yeah, I'll call that. Too hot for me to handle.
You gotta know when to hold 'em.
Know when to fold 'em.
Tom is a dummy, and I'm gonna take his cash.
Oh, pair of 7s in the middle. In the pot. It's in the kettle.
No, I hit the wrong thing.
The witch's brew. It's got
the kettle.
got a queen 8, 6, and a pair of 7s.
Oh no!
Oh, Tom's got a straight.
Yikes!
Yeah.
And I'm out,
Frank
baby.
went all in. Tom's sitting at 19,000.
With
Hunter's
deuces.
at 9.8.
I had two aces.
So for us,
And I
on Poker
lost.
Initiated, I had on the flop what's called as a gut shot straight, but then I got it. I got it on the turn, and I knew for a fucking fact.
Yeah, you had the butcher's dozen there for
I
sure.
had that in the bag.
Now, I have given Tom quite the advantage, gentlemen. I apologize for making it seem unfair.
You sure have.
my
Chris
bravado.
and I
I was
should have had
tied
some
with Tom
advantage
and-
going into this.
Yeah, now just you have the advantage. It's fine.
But, that's life sometimes.
I mean, I did beat him.
Well, I mean, I have the master tapes, and I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I'm also 2 points ahead of you anyway.
That's not what the tally on
No,
the
that's not what the
on
record
Twitch
shows,
stream
the Sharpie
says.
record.
I can't wait. I can't wait for you to listen to it and be like, oh my god, they robbed him.
I'm just gonna tune that right out.
They robbed him blind, and I got to cut this out for posterity.
Although I can't say how many times I've like in reviewing the notes, I'm like, oh wow, they should have had more points on the board, and I didn't give it to them.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think Carly actually won the last one, but that's how I called it. So
You know what? She beat the game, though.
she
You
did
know
beat
what?
the game, and I mean that's worth a lot that we actually got to see the end of the game on stream. Tom folded out, coward. Me and Hunter in it. Nah, you can have it. You can have it.
You called my bet of 580 in the last round, but then in this round I bet 80.
I did do a check. Oh yeah, I didn't
Or you
raise it
checked
anymore.
it,
I
yeah.
had nothing. Tom's using his chips. He's pushing us around a little. At 19,000 to Hunter's 10,000 to my 9,000. Raised 320. All right, I'll call it. We're all in. Not all in. We're calling you. I guess the terms matter here. Whatever. He keeps raising it. He knows we're just bluffing Hunter.
Oh Why?
I want to see a card. Final fold. Jesus. Pot is now 22,000.
Oh no!
Yeah. Did you get the impression I was bad at this?
Tom's pretty good,
Oh
folks.
no, I'm trying all in and he is out. It is now just me and Tom.
And Tom has quite the
He
lead
has
now.
31,000 to my 8,000. And Tom has the advantage of looking at my hand on Twitch.
I won't. I promise.
Okay. I'll also check it. We got a king, queen, 3. And the octopus in the middle. That's what they call it in the business. It's an 8 because of the tentacles.
I love that, man. Good old octopus in the middle.
Okay, I won with
Got
a
a
jack
jack
high.
high.
All right. Not high stakes for that one. Tom's still sitting at 31,000. I'm at 8,700. All right. We're calling it 300. Got 6 and pair of
Pair of aces.
aces. That's what they call them.
A pair of A's.
Them big A's over here.
Pair of alphas in the middle. Some dogs. Some alpha dogs. All right. I'll call your 500. Oh boy, we got a king in the center now. All right. Mm-hmm.
It's getting spicy.
Yep. I'm
Another quick little tidbit. So, the prize is going to be a laser, poker chip.
Sure.
But I did look into getting real poker chips made just to see,
yeah.
because I was thinking, I'll just see what it's like. And you actually can get them. It's pretty affordably,
Should probably
but
order
the thing
like
is,
a few hundred
You can't
of them,
just buy one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lowest you could buy is 50.
Uh-huh.
And it's about 50 cents. It's more like when you're only buying 50, it's more like closer to 75 cents a piece,
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's not that crazy, but it's just like, do we need 50 GGN poker thing? Maybe.
And the answer
I don't
is
know.
yes.
I saw that. That was something you could do kind of affordably, and then I'm getting fed as for our, poker chips.
So 28,000 to my 19,000. Tom has raised 1,000. I'll call his 1,000. We both had a straight.
We both had a straight.
The same exact straight? What happens? So we just split?
Yeah, we split.
Oh,
pot.
I don't even know the rules. All right.
No, they just give it to whoever's cuter.
I have a sad face emote on mine, so I thought, I'll do heart face.
Can I just pick which emote I want?
Yeah, click on your name. There you go. Okay, he's going roll in with the tongue out. See if that pays off for him. We're gonna need these big blinds to get bigger. That's what I think.
I know.
I updated it. It's gonna be.
Oh, you're controlling it.
100 to 200.
Okay.
You can control it, really?
Yeah,
That
I've been
seems
updating
kinda
it this whole
rigged,
time.
but okay.
Put it up to 1,000.
Yeah,
You're out of the
this
game
game-
and you're controlling the.
it's very rigged. No, because I'm the owner of it. PokerNow.club. You too can just play poker whenever.
With your buddies.
And it's actually it's pretty nice, and you can use it on browsers. Like
Oh, we both had a pair of 10s, but I had an ace high.
Use your ace, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Tom's 27,000 to my 22.
Uh-oh.
Jump it up to 1,000 for the blind.
two big old dogs. Got
Got the twins.
Hunter.
It's,
twins in the
was
bassinet.
it? It was
two
a
dogs and
Doberman Dalmatian.
and a
Oh, the
studio,
three of a kind, huh?
Studio
Yeah, it was. I was
54
trying to keep you with me
model
for a while. Oh, I should pull up I haven't been looking at your video, Tom. I should at least look at your face and your reaction to your hands. You're probably doing that to me, aren't you?
I'm watching on Discord.
Yeah, I haven't had that up.
Holy shit!
We're too close. We're too close for comfort. Our scores are right on top of each other.
I think Tom's just trying to end it.
You think I'm trying to end it, buddy? End it.
Well,
I have more than you, right?
With a W.
Fuck. Come on.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
no
King,
kings,
king,
no
king,
kings,
king,
no
king.
kings, no.
That doesn't do it. No, it doesn't do it. You won with is it a pocketed
No, I
6?
didn't win. I have.
You still have 3,000.
Oh, I
still
still have
left.
3,000.
Chris.
Okay.
yeah.
I forgot.
I mean,
I didn't realize I had
statistically,
more. Yeah,
you're done,
statistically
Chris,
he's won, but you gonna bully me? You gonna bully
Fuck
me
yeah,
on
I
my
will.
podcast?
Do you think he's grandma, huh? Or do you think he's Theodore Chillman or whatever, dude bro?
Dude, bro.
Oh, are you all in?
I'm all in. We got an
Shit.
8, king,
Shit,
10,
shit,
ace,
shit.
and 8 in the center.
Fuck. Hey.
In my
Hun-
hand,
Hunter,
I have a pair
Hunter.
of 2s.
Hunter, you're good. Is a full house good?
Fuck. I had a pair of aces. It was not enough.
Wow.
So, Tom has won. Congratulations, Tom.
And okay, so here's the thing. I was gonna wait till Hunter gets back to spill the beans here.
You're like Tom loses. Then when
No. Tom won, and he actually had a disadvantage to some extent. Well, an advantage and disadvantage. He had an advantage by taking me out and getting my money, right?
True.
So I did feel a little bad about that, you know. So after Hunter was knocked out, I did give Chris an additional 10,000.
Did you? I was wondering
and
how
no
I
one
caught up to
noticed.
Tom
You
so
gave him
fast.
more
No one
money?
noticed.
There's no way that I caught up to Tom that fast, but maybe I'm that good at poker. Maybe I'm just that good. Maybe I need to start hitting the casinos.
Yeah, it's interesting because we all started with 10,000, so that would mean, that there was
yeah, you're right. It was 50,000.
4,000 in play.
40, yeah.
Yeah, but no one noticed the whole time that somehow Chris had just gained 10,000 out of nowhere. Because in the game you can go on the options, you can edit the player and update. Boom! Now Tom only has 10,000. So
It's good to be God.
Tom, you won more than I guess fair and square. I guess because I gave Chris additional money and you still beat him. So
Fair.
you just are that good at poker.
Thanks.
So I'm controlling the
Question.
scoreboard.
So
I'll
Tom
give you
is
one
the
more point,
winner
Tom.
of the yet to be fully 100% designed and lasered poker chip.
How about my
At some
fucking
point-
extra points too that you?
No, you
I
didn't.
don't
No,
know
you
what you're
just
talking about.
you just no. You just won. You won this, so you won the whole thing. All right, everyone all in. That's how poker works.
I was looking in the lyrics to Kenny Rogers' The Gambler, seeing if there was any words of wisdom in there, and I don't think there are. It's
Well, because he got them from the guy, but the most impactful part was you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him, know when to walk away, know when to run.
He got them from a guy. Okay, so he said, "Son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him a bottle, and he drank down my last swallow, and he bummed me a cigarette, and he asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression, said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right." I'll reach out to Kenny Rogers people to get the license for, so we can use it on the podcast right now.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could.
Clips in this podcast were used in compliance with the U.S. Copyright Fair Use Exemption for criticism and commentary. Garbage Game Night makes no claims to ownership over any games played and has no affiliation with any developer or publishing company. For additional references on cited articles and quotes, check our episode-related blog at garbagegamenight.com. Or if you have a comment about the game we reviewed or have a suggestion, drop us a line.